go live on the Facebooks. Looks like everything should be up and running in theory. What do I need? Oh, I need my stuff.
Your things. See, at least you got that. I just can't get my life together. I got all my whole bag full of crap, and I did not remember crap like that. At least my phone's fully charged.
Right. If you need a charger, let me know.
Sure. I should be good.
Backup chargers.
But I am getting at the point. The only thing that's wrong with my phone is it's definitely running a little bit light on space, and the battery is to be desired. But it's a freaking iPhone 11.
What is that?
I've had the damn thing for like 5 years.
What did I do with that power cord? Why would I put power cord on this table? That table's not where power cord needs to be. Power cord needs to be over here. This table. I have the power. Oh. Oh. Alrighty, well, what is it that you guys want to do at the moment? Welcome, everybody. I guess I should make sure that we have audio before we do more. Just got Mr. Rogers to get my jacket on.
Right. Change your shoes too?
I do that before.
Okay.
Okay. Let's make sure we have audio and have live chat up for you guys to not talk to us. That's what's really important. Hey.
How else can we know it's truly silent? Unless all that stuff's happening in operation.
Cool. That's all set there.
Those are sets.
We have that. We have live chat. We are up. We are active. We are live on Rumble. With audio and video and all the things. So, last we left off, there we go. Last we left off, you guys were kind of doing your thing. I just got done battling, These
freaking elves. Spell casting, ass whooping.
That's what I want now. Now what I want, D&D. D&D Beyond, yes. Hopefully today he doesn't want to fight me. Yes, I agree to all your terms and conditions.
Does it? No.
You leave me little choice.
Are you trying to call me?
Not me.
So you're receiving a call?
Yes, and I accepted it and it went away. So if John Williams
Nope.
video call.
I'm looking at that. Yeah.
My iPad was off, so maybe just catching up, and it had the call from you queued from whenever or wherever.
Not me. Not it.
Whenever, wherever you go.
Collections of my encounters. Make sure I update this because it needs to be updated. But you just dispatched the Elven Battalion.
Well, do you guys think it was worthwhile of me putting up this walls and shit, or do you want to just go out the way at the end of the 10 minutes?
I think it has pluses and minuses. However, if they don't know what to expect when they get here, they overestimate. I think we would wipe them rather than them jumping on us in crafty ways, if that makes sense. So, whereas yes, this is useful, I can slow some things down. Most things that want to be here probably have some crafty way of getting in here and trying to use it against us. If they are walking up the hill thinking they have it in the bag, they might be in for more of a rude awakening.
Less preparation on their part, kind of thing.
Yes.
But then, I just let it run its course at the end of 10 days and dissipate.
That's true.
And they look over and they see a fortress and they probably understand that we survived whatever happens when a fortress is made. And then they bring more buddies because why not? It's a challenge. It might even be smart if you could attempt to get rid of it beforehand.
I do that. I would say why not.
Make it appear to whoever is trying to come here that maybe we were unsuccessful in defending it, or who knows what.
It just depends on what you want to do.
We also know that some sort of vampiric dragon is going to make its way over here, and we probably need shelter because how is Golrak going to reach it when it can just fly and breath weapon us to death?
Maybe we could build the catapult.
We'll get to work on that.
Gorak can also fly.
Right.
I can fly a little bit, yeah.
You have a decent fly. Isn't your flight that you gain equal to your movement speed?
I don't think that that is how it's worded, but the thing is it's not like fly. It's like I have to fly and land because I can't I don't have a hover. I don't have a thing. Like I can fly up and grapple onto something, but if I will fall.
Yeah.
Ask Justine if she would not mind going to grab what she can
From the encampment?
through those hither portals, yeah.
Of course. You can give me an investigation from her.
Investigation. My character sheet will level. It's not as bad as I thought. Oh, it's a 15.
15.
No. So yeah, it is. Fly speed equal to my walking speed. So actually, I'm pretty good right now. For the rest of today, I could fly pretty hectically. But as soon as this potion wears off,
Oh wait, is that from the potion? No.
my doubled speed basically and my size are all from the potion.
Yeah.
Well, your speed is still ridiculous without it.
It's only 45.
Your speed is higher than 45. You took a boon. You took the boon of speed. Remember? I'm pretty sure, isn't that what you went with last time you leveled?
Yeah, actually, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I was like, you went with the boon of speed. I was like, so that's permanent. That's a permanent little hustle.
So 75.
So I
But
needed...
more right now. So what it would be? It'd be what, 150 right now?
Mhm.
Damn. plutonium? Hypothetically.
So Justine got you said a 15?
Yeah.
Is the what's his the squid is Squid Boy out there too?
He was like, I can send him, but I mean, if he's getting it.
If he can help, or if there's extra hands that are needed.
She's fast. She can investigate, fly back through a portal, and give shit.
Heard.
That's probably why she got a 15, because she could have gotten way better.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was like, really?
And she has a good modifier.
But D20 says fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, give me a dexterity saving throw from her.
Good lord. 16?
No.
As I continue to roll really fucking
It's
low?
like, she got a 16?
Yeah, well, she's not in my aura.
I know, but still.
But yeah, rolled really almost as low as I possibly fucking could.
What, a 15 is the lowest she can have?
Uh-huh.
That's fine. I rolled I rolled a lot more twos than you did, if that makes you feel better.
Cool.
That could have been devastating, and it wasn't. 62 points of fire damage as she sets off a trap. But she does find lots and lots of non-magical weapons, bows, arrows, lots of arrows, loaded onto carts and such, short swords, daggers. She does find a chest that does have 4 staffs that she believes are magic. That's the 4 hither-thither staffs. Everything else is on their persons, though. So the only other thing that you guys will find are...
No money or nothing.
Nope. Remember, there's kind of, I mean, some people have a little bit of money, but most of it is to handle the banking. Like, why would you bring money out into here? There's no commerce out here.
Right.
But there are literally, like, ships and merchants around the edge, cities and banks where you can literally go in and, like, hey, I am this person, here's my special, you kind of go through and you're like, I'm this person, this
Here's
is
my
my code. And then you set in, like, a phrase and then come back in. Aside from that, there is a, what you guys gather is a ring of swimming.
Ring of swimming.
There's a ruidium dagger.
Fun. If you want to play with ruidium.
What's wrong with the Ruidium?
I think it has like corruption stuff based to it.
It's fine, it just can be exhausting to wield.
That's right, yeah, it literally can cost you exhaustion.
It's fine. Aside from that, in here you're finding more non-magical longbows, some scimitars, some staffs. You do find 10 pistols.
Take those for sure.
Shut.
Any black powder?
There's no black powder.
So dibs on one of the hither-thither steps.
Oh yeah.
There's no like black powder set up. It looks like everything's set up as shots. Let's see how many more shots we have left. So it did last a little while longer than planned. There's 10 of them. So looking at there would be 72 like pistol bullets. So you could break them down and try to make black powder with them if you want. They are not magical. So it's definitely black powder, not smoke powder. There are 10 spears. They seem to be non-magic now. They looked magic before. They were returning and doing stuff, but now they seem to be unmagic.
Fair enough.
There are 10 spiked chains.
Don't think we need those.
And that's pretty much everything that you're seeing. There's some studded leathers, some shields. If anybody cares about any of that. It's all non-magic. It's not really good condition. It doesn't really match up with anything.
Golrak, if you want to keep a hold of these spears for when you're actually of a relatively normal size, you would have at least kind of range weapons.
Absolutely. Anything to help in those kind of moments.
Or if they restrain you, you can still throw things. I don't think I would want to be hit by a spear thrown by you. Even if it was not magical.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be hit by a spear thrown by me, so I don't think anybody else would. I mean, yeah.
You said one hit the thither staff for you, Quiz. Do we all just want to keep a hold of one for oh shit situations? Or what would you like to
Pretty
do?
good idea.
That's not
Sounds
a
to be
bad
four.
idea.
4 of us. Go figure.
Absolutely.
I rolled D4 and it rolled 4, so I was like, okay.
Of the dice gods that smile at us, it's
Sometimes.
the D4 god that was just like, here you guys go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw you as much a bone as I can with this little pyramid. It was all just plain regular pistols.
Mm-hmm.
They freaking enchanted away all their fancy magical stuff.
A lot of people here don't run with crazy magical stuff. Like sometimes, like the
That
leader
also
of the
makes sense,
army,
too.
but it's just one of those things. Like depending on which.
It gets really pricey when you die and have to use one of those really pretty gems to get it back.
Yeah, man.
If you're using that service.
If you are using it.
If
Otherwise,
you don't have that service, a lot of people are just like, it's fine.
we'll bring that magic stuff.
Some people even view it as being kind of dishonorable. They're like, no, this place is about like your strength.
Right? I choose death before dishonor.
But other than that, yeah, she's not finding anything major in the camps.
Cool.
Or in the camp that they've set up. Lots of like bedrolls just laid out. Not in the best order. Just kind of there.
For sure.
So, you guys gather that, split up the hither-thithers. I'll throw one onto Norin. Everybody else wants to add one on.
Thank you.
So later on we don't go, well, didn't we all have them?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not on your sheet, somebody stole it.
Shit. Do I have to figure out how to do that?
We might be here a minute.
Good.
Those are-
These have all used 2.
they've all used 2 charges as of right now.
As of right now.
Are there only so many charges on, or what?
4 charges daily.
Oh,
They
okay.
regain 1d4 charge.
1d4 charges
Okay.
at sunrise or
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
Manage inventory.
I did.
Start typing hither in the search box. Boom. Add. And equipment or wherever you want. There you go.
Cool. Thank you.
No.
I was almost there.
You've done it before.
It's been a while though. I don't do it a lot.
And it goes away.
Yeah.
Well, it's not technically isn't on him anymore. But yeah, so you guys have a group of those. They all do have 2 charges already used because of the way you can spend 1 charge to open a door and spend another charge to open another one, or you can spend 1 charge to open both doors, but it has to be somewhere you can see. So this guy, within range, it's within 1,500 feet of you. So it has to be a flat surface. That's about 6 feet high and 4 feet wide to get the door to open. Yes.
Of course, I can't find it. Let's put my fucking back.
What is the plan from here? What do we want to do?
We try to commune and figure out when this dragon should be here. If it'll be here within the next 10 days or so.
We didn't commune today. It's still the same day. You did our rest, but I still am locked out from commune. I can try to contact other planes, see if we can find something out. But I have a...
We can emboldening bond, I can bless you, or I can enhance your ability. That probably seems smart.
Emboldening bond, bless. Both are nice. Enhance ability is nice. Depends on what you want to do. Because you can do what? Emboldening bond and bless? Emboldening bond and
Enhance.
enhance ability.
like stacking.
D4 with advantage. And then you have your talisman if you need it.
Yeah.
Or does that affect ability checks?
That it can affect ability checks, yeah. Saving throws.
Mhm.
It's a saving throw that you have to make. So, does enhance ability affect saving throws? I feel like it should.
It's a check. It affects ability checks.
Saving throws are not ability checks.
They're not?
They're slightly different. No, ability checks, saving throws, and attack rolls are different.
Then yeah, so then, or it's, yeah, because it says intelligence check, but not saving throws. So, so then yeah, I could bless, which is just 2d4.
No, they're going to 2d4. And then 1 die instead of 2.
Can we aid you on a saving throw?
Not really. Fine.
Bless.
Think of 5 questions. Ooh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11,
And he has
12.
plus 6.
Plus your 6 gives us an 18. So despite attempting or trying, he did not succeed at failing. You fucking tried that. So yeah, that gives me. We have 5 questions. What do you want to ask? Yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, unclear sort of answers.
The dragon who contacted Norn, will it arrive within the next 10 days?
Unclear.
I like having a definite maybe for an answer.
Is the dragon that contacted me within 5 days travel? Yes.
So with those two answers, it would lead me to believe that that dragon isn't immediately worried about us.
Or it's getting friends or something.
I don't think it,
Something's going on.
I don't think it's worried, but
But
I think
Dave,
that
you down here?
Yeah, we're playing. What's up?
Do you mind if I have someone come down real quick and look at the furnace?
That's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
that
Here, I'll show you.
Hello? Is what? Question you brewing up?
We're streaming, just so you know, you're
Cooking it.
on YouTube. We're on You're good. No, you're good, man. Yeah, or, I mean, he told me he would be coming. He could be gathering forces. He could be planning.
And if it's unclear if
it could
he's
be
going to
not
be
for
here in
us.
10 days, but it's definitely within a 5 days travel. That means
it could really only just be coming from Norton too. So saying coming for us, that would make it unclear.
oh, and
Fair.
this is definitely right there. Very, very right there.
Well, that's two. We have 3 more questions. We could ask if it's likely if he's coming for just me.
We're all going to be here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But the transitive property means we're
it's
fucked.
it's still coming here because of Norrin, but it's coming here, so we're all going to be here.
I could ask if it's coming for me within the next 10 days, specifically.
Might as well.
Unclear.
So it hasn't made the choice when yet.
It doesn't know exactly when it's going to
Or does it even know that Norrin's here?
Oh,
It knows.
I'm
That's
sure
why
that
he got the message.
I'm quite sure that it does.
Yeah, it knows where I'm at. That was a good idea.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Peace.
To you.
Yeah, it definitely knows where I am. It says it can smell me, can hear my heart beating.
I mean, I wonder why, you dick.
Could be its heart beating.
No, its heart's gone. I just
Okay.
devoured it.
That's right. Yeah. Well then. Yeah, I don't know any more questions, but however it works out for you. We're here to
Is that 3?
look
Is
up.
that 3 or 4?
I think that's 4.
That's 4, yeah. 1 more.
As
We could
our
ask
party
things.
currently stands, do we have better than 50% odds to slay said dragon?
As our party currently stands, do we have better than 50% chance to slay the dragon? Maybe?
So I was going to say, it's like, unclear. Damn.
Wonderful.
Depends on what happens right here.
Right.
Well, actually, no, that would come out as the party currently. Yes, absolutely, yes. Yeah.
So if we maintain the buff, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
with Justine's help.
Give me a one person. Give me an insight. Whoever wants to do it.
One of y'all.
What's my insight?
Just your insight.
Come on, go with roll women.
Oh shit.
You're just listening to him saying that, and you're like, I don't know what to ask. You're sitting there, you're just kind of like kicking at the ground a little bit, just looking down at this tiny shadow underneath you as it's kind of about high noonish.
Cool. All right. Is there any clouds in the sky?
Not really. There's a few. Nothing too crazy. But right now,
Does Gorak look up?
I was about to say,
Do
I
you
don't
look
think,
up?
I was about to say, I don't think it a 15, but yeah, probably. If we see a little.
Quiz looks up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
this is about
What?
high noon. There's not many clouds in the sky. From where you were, it was hard to see, but now the sun's pretty much right above you, so there's very little shade at all in this area. So the sun's pretty much right above you guys. Norn starts at a 24 insight.
You mean deception?
You mean perception? No, his perception starts at a 35. His insight starts at a 22.
Oh, no.
Remember, his necklace gives him perception and insight too. But he's not here, so I'm not just going to automatically give it to him. His passive insight is a 32. His passive perception is a 44.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is so far from that.
That's what he does, though. He's very focused on the spell sniper, looking at little details from far away.
Yeah, all my shit's like half.
I mean, mine are pretty good, but they're not at that level.
This is pretty damn good, but it doesn't fucking do him damn bit of good.
I mean, you'll notice the same thing. Like, it's like high noon right now.
Instead of high noon, I see a little shadow. Is it?
It's your shadow.
Oh, it's just my shadow.
It's your shadow. It's just kind of tiny. You know how like
Oh,
the high
yeah.
noon,
Okay.
your shadow just kind of disappears underneath you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, what is noon on the Warlands then? Because it's always been kind of dark and dingy. Is it like a beaming sun, or is it just?
It's a pretty beaming sun. Warlands isn't. I mean, it's
Has weather just like any other place.
plains, yeah. It's like
I
plains and valleys and hills and little plateaus and stuff like that.
In my head, it was just a lot more gray and red.
This mountain is very red. The stone is very red.
Like red.
But I mean, there's parts where it's just fields.
Red sky.
There's places where there's forest. There's like all kinds of things. You could travel across it, and it can take weeks to a month, depending on how you went across it, to go across this entire place. There's tons of little random places here that have different things. There's multiple different creatures that live here. There's different locations here. There's tons of things.
Full plane.
It's a domain, divine domain. So basically, yeah. What are you guys worried about having attacked you?
Norman's little dragon buddy.
What is that?
Vampire dragon?
And high noon.
Oh. Let's think about that, yeah.
Is it actually undead? Or is it just vampiric?
And there are undead that can walk around somewhere too. Or fly.
Oh, I'm slamming upstairs, whatever. There are different things, but also if it is like a vampiric dragon, right now you guys would probably have a higher chance to deal with it, being as you currently stand, you're in daylight.
Yeah.
So
True that.
Well, that leaves us with the options of, not really options, because we either go and try to find this thing, or we stay here to get and maintain our boom. And I was like, that's why we're here at this point.
Yeah.
We hunkered down to try and maintain, so here we are.
I held its the base that it was in. I held by myself in what feels like forever ago, for a long time, because it was a very easy to fortify base. Attacking that would not be fun. I think we'd have a better chance out here.
You didn't have anybody hither-thither staff onto you?
No.
Then I guess the idea is what can we do in this moment to attract that thing's attention and get it over here and start this out. Because I feel like the longer we draw this out, the more risk we run of having other people encounter us or encountering other parties on the way. Right now we've just wiped out these two war parties, so they have to recuperate and resupply and travel back to wherever it is they're going to do and plan their stuff. And it's not going to be beneficial for us to go off and search for this dragon.
You stay here for the moon.
That's what I'm saying, is to stay here for the boon, but try and get this guy to come and say hello to us.
Send a message to him, come get some, but do we really want to do that?
Well, that's where I'm at too, is like, I feel like that's our only other path forward aside from literally just camping out.
I still got to camp out.
Well, after the next 16 hours, I'm going to be back to my diminutive Golrak self, and I will be much less capable of handling a very, very large dragon. So that's the only part where my head is at right now, because I don't think we can readily resupply me with that potion of giant size. It's not, I don't think it's the most common of items.
No.
So maximizing that benefit, I think, would do us all good, because the more we wait, I'll still hit some stuff, but I will hit stuff for less time.
Well, orc dude that was here was bigger than you from just staying here. We know that upon being here for
Attuning, one person attunes to it,
like a full 10 day,
gives you something.
somebody gets kind of locked in and gets an additional buff beyond what we have.
I think we're just hanging out.
Now, he did say that he could hear my heart and he could smell my blood. So, that's the only thing I could think of as far as drawing him out. I mean,
Start running. Run around the top. Pick your heart rate up.
well, maybe. But if he's as attuned to what he is, maybe. I don't like this idea. But maybe if he thought that I was not doing so well, he might jump on us. Maybe he's waiting until something else leaves us licking our wounds at the end of the night.
Like he was when you found him.
Like he was, so he can come in and take care of us.
That'd be better than that just happening because something attacked us
So-
and then him showing up.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
So what's the solution here? Is, are you able to fake being injured in some kind of way, or are we going to have to hit you and then heal you?
I'm saying I don't think you guys would be able to heal me. If he can hear my heart and smell my blood, you might have to start off with me not doing so well, which doesn't sound fun at all to me.
Would totally
Especially for
agree.
a dragon who could, if he just showed up.
Comes in and one
and
breath weapons
One
you.
breath weapon and I'm down.
Mhm. But your logic is not without base there. It definitely seems like a reasonable supposition, especially with the position that you put him in, or took advantage of him with.
We could ask more questions,
Just laying that
see
kind of
what we could
trap.
find out if we wanted.
Good try.
If you guys have more questions in mind.
I don't have any more.
There's definitely more knowledge to be gleaned if we want. On everything. Also, we can try to figure out, do you need to be the one who takes the 10-day buff
That's a good question.
for it to...
Thought we already asked. Thought we gleaned that it's the space, but it's not. It's the moon position. It's not necessarily being the buff.
Yeah, but there's some advantage to being right here. That's why we're here.
It's the moon's.
Well, there's 2 buffs. You already have 1 buff,
Mm-hmm.
the +5 threshold. But then there's also the extra one. Plus, also, that gives you the ability to go reckless if you want.
It's not my style. More about precision than recklessness.
Sure.
We can just try and ask to see if it is literally waiting for you to be in a weakened state. But other than that, that's the only question that I really have.
Same, because there's no reason to assume they would have any connection or awareness of any of us.
Right.
True.
We know other shit will try to get here.
They could be waiting for us to go and kill the Beholder God
Mm-hmm.
so that we have a better chance to fight him with my bracers.
Once again, in a field of anti-magic, I'm confident that Gorak can accomplish a lot. However, tons and tons and tons of disintegration rays is not something that I think we can heal through.
I don't want to be disintegrated, you guys.
Yeah.
Theoretically, we would only have to deal with like 10 disintegration rays at high end every 6 seconds.
Just?
More than that. Each beholder has
10.
rays that happen even in between. Instead of
Okay.
the 3 or 4 or whatever the fuck it is, it's also an additional 3, potentially.
So even if they would max it's 20 disintegration rays, and if at our worst possible luck, 20 disintegration rays around, all you have to do with the disintegration rays is like not be the thing where you're not there.
Vision.
I can't do that.
I also can't do that.
So, yeah, let's not...
I can kind of do that.
I'm really good at avoiding getting hit by things. I mean, I'm not at all. But
I'm not good at avoiding things. That's why I live my life in a different way.
you have an advantage on it, at least, than what's your deck save?
16.
And if you're near Neo, +6.
Is that with him nearby?
No, with I think rounding it out with just my deck save is bad. No, my deck save is only 4.
Yeah, so 10 with him around.
Same.
Yeah.
10 with me around.
With you around, I have a 6.
Right.
Without you around, I have a 0. So I pretty much get hit by things. So I'd have to
Round
stay
got
close
nice.
to you. But then at the same time, I'd have to not be close to you because if we're too stacked up, there's a good chance we just get overwhelmed with anti-magic and then I just kind of fucking hang out.
But when we do the things where you get hit by things, and my con save with that buff is a 20.
Well, the rays are magic. So if we're in anti-magic, they're not hitting us.
It's true.
And then what? It comes down to just not being bitten?
At that point, I mean, the hypothetical scenario is just to work out of the anti-magic field. But I feel like that definitely cripples a lot of what we have to offer.
Yeah, something just tells me that the beholder won't give a flying fuck about hitting us with anti-magic. It will want to disintegrate us into nothingness.
Right. At that point, it has no reason to dispel magic. It could just punch us into oblivion. Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe just petrify us.
Also not a fun time, in case you were wondering.
I don't think there's anything.
You get that oil.
I do. I have like 3 doses, maybe.
Is what we do. We do like a pillow on your head. And every time a raid comes at you, you throw the potion up into the air. That way, it comes and lands on the pillow. You're safe. You're good. If you get petrified, the pillow becomes a stone, and then you're unpetrified.
Or if the pillow gets unpetrified and I'm still a statue underneath the pillow. There's some sort of divine being that I think oversees us all. I think that would more likely be the case. And I'm not
You got
talking
to throw
about
it
Michigan.
high. You got to throw it up high. Yeah, maybe
Oh,
if
that's-
it's light and it just barely cracks open and leaks onto the pillow, I would see that. But if not, if you throw it high and it lands and splatters, it's going to get you. That's one get out of jail free card from the petrified. Except they do that every round.
I have 2 doses.
Yeah, so 2 of us are fine.
For one round. That's 6 seconds. I'll remember this.
Can you just do an anti-magic field around yourself?
Hmm.
You can walk around and do that if need be.
Maybe one day. I'm working on it. I could not do that now.
You don't have any full spells?
I have 7th level spells. I have
Eight more
9th
slots.
because
Because of the thing, yeah.
of my... And like I've heavily considered using my next one for 8th level because there are some handy spells on
Like
that list.
anti-magic zone.
Yeah. Or I think Foresight's on
Foresight should be 9th. I don't know if it's just open for everybody. It's a 9th level spell.
it. Yeah.
I just don't know if it's
Oh.
clerical
probably
for sure.
then.
It's definitely 9th. It might be a knowledge domain or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, we have what, like, basically 36 days we have to burn.
Yep.
So you might as well just try and hide and let them pass.
Hide inside these walls and then whatever comes in, try to fucking murder them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
9th level bard, druid, warlock, wizard. Yeah. So you definitely know foresight is 9th level.
Yeah.
Advantage
It's
on everything,
brutal.
disadvantage on everything for 8 hours, no concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 9th level spell. Also, because the last chick who you guys fought had it as a 9th level spell.
Gotcha.
But some of the army configuration was random, so I didn't have a really good. I thought about changing it, and I was like, that's just too mean. I was going to give her an elven, like a drow style, like consort.
Mm.
It was like foresight on consort. It was a little rough.
It can be pretty good. Well, depending.
Yeah.
Oh no, the one that I was thinking of was Holy Aura. I like that one a lot. It's basically the same sort of idea. It's just for clerics.
Yeah, there's definitely some really good 8th level cleric spells. Advantage on saving throws. Other creatures take disadvantage on attack rolls. Additionally, a fiend undead hits the affected creature, flashes with light, and the creature must make a saving throw or be blinded. Pretty nice. Anti-magic field is also nice. Control weather's not terrible. Earthquake's not terrible. Definitely some.
I mean, you would hope that they get less terrible as that list goes up.
It's weird because like all the higher level cleric spells start almost becoming evocation spells or damaging spells, and it's like, okay.
Like I didn't. It's like I guess that's the direction we're going.
Yeah. Of course, healing is evocation now, though, so that kind of makes sense.
That's true.
So, what were you thinking about doing?
Hanging out, playing the waiting game.
Where do you want to hang out at? Where does everybody want to be? Kind of in here.
I'll be around this side with Nor.
Hmm?
I'll be over on this side with Nor near the ramp or the edge or however we have this set up.
He can just kind of be here, just watching out. Keeping an eye out. Keeping watch there.
Come over on this side.
Over here, keeping an eye watch. What do you want, Justine? What do you want, you?
I don't know. Justine and one of them, and me and one of them, and we have true sight, so just kind of staring out the door.
Justine, what
Outside of the holes.
This one?
That one over there, and I guess we'll look out the holes and look out the doors. And look out the holes. And look out the doors.
Hey, dexterity saving throw. From everybody.
From everybody?
Roll one. Don't roll one.
Justine.
It's 920.
Is this past 10 minutes?
Did you roll? Someone will roll for Norn.
Oh, I got you. Does the spawn need one too?
Yeah.
Gone. Oh.
Yeah.
What did we get for Norn?
15.
15. Spawn?
1. Or plus 3, I think, right? Or 4.
What we got?
Dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. And I'm by myself. 23.
Adun got a 21 and Justine got a 34.
Damn, Justine.
Yeah, because she rolled a nat 20. That's the difference between the deuce and the 20.
Oh yeah.
So right next to each other.
16 or 34.
So it is a save for half. So everybody over 20, so everybody but Norin and Spawn save. So you'll be taking half damage, which is 81 points of force damage.
So
From what?
Doom takes none, you take none.
Evasion only works on
Dex saves. It's a dex save.
Texas. Okay.
But 81, so then what, 40 damage?
No, 81 is what you take.
Oh, that's the half?
That's it, half.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah,
Do we
what
know
fuck?
where the fuck this came
What the fuck just
from?
happened?
A meteor just comes and streaks down and goes, boom, and hits right on top of this area. And tries to, it looks like it's trying to blast out this thing, but it doesn't quite work.
Cool. Somebody just scroll a meteor to our asses.
Or something similar.
Whatever the fuck it was, space rocks
Yeah.
aren't cool.
But Norin's really fucked up from that.
Does he have a spell slots?
Yeah, he can heal himself up.
Justine's really fucked up too. Almost bloodied. But
Yeah. So Gorak, that was safe for half, so you take the
80.
81. It's 163. Yeah, 80. 81. And the spawn's gone, so you're just gonna have to take time to pull the spawn back out.
I was about to say, I rolled my advantage one and I got one less.
Atuna would come out and start looking around. Try and see if there's anything invisible in the walls. See what the fuck that was or where that came from. Telepathically asking, you guys okay?
I mean, I'm okay, but ow, that was whack. I don't like that.
I'm alive, but I need to get my spawn out. Unless you want to, we can top off real quick if you want to throw a
I can beacon you.
beacon.
Go over, get us together and beacon us all. Call Justine over.
That is 48 hit points to Justine.
48, thank you.
She can have another 48. Gorak at 48. You guys are both fine?
Yeah,
How's Justine?
she's still down. Another 48-ish.
Throw another 48 on her. Gorak, take another 48. That's everything, so I'd have to take a short rest at that point.
And are you good?
I'm good, yeah. I threw 5 into myself. That's all of my heals. So I have nothing for the moment.
I will harness divine power.
Is there any way you could
Get a third level spell slot back.
conjure up some little critters that can fuck up so I can modify the look of this place, make it look like it's has she kicked at it?
I mean, we've already attempted that.
Maybe that was gonna draw the fuckers in.
And if it thinks that it worked to mess this place up, it will probably continue. Would be my guess.
perception if you're looking around for somebody.
Oh, it's a dirty 20.
Definitely not seeing anybody within range. Give me an insight.
29.
Kind of looks like maybe it just literally came out of the sky just to strike this place.
Could be part of the deal of the Warlands. Just any structure just randomly will get a meteor thrown at it.
Well, that's my thought too. Is maybe it's just a meteor comes down here every once in a while to jack this place.
Especially since we modified it. Yes, I do have a mouse in my pocket.
Yeah. There is no other. I mean, you're watching out. You're not seeing it happen anywhere else, but you're also not seeing any other giant castles built anywhere else.
Hang out.
Just relax.
I'll just go and hang out next to Northern and Gorak. And I'll ask Justine to do a patrol like every 5-ish minutes and then come back to us.
Cool. Give me a perception from her.
Pretty good. What does she have, if anything? She does. That's a 29.
Probably over the course of the next hour, about an hour and a half, that you guys take a short rest, kind of recoup. Norrin gets his guy back out, pulls him out. It's like flips him away for now. He's like, I'll bring him back when we get attacked. But, he's at least alive and flipped out. Over the next hour and a half, she'll say every once in a while she sees a little scrying sensor. Every once in a while she thinks somebody may fly past real quick, but high up, avoiding directly coming here, but flying kind of around, but just barely entering her sight. Flying at pretty high speeds. Off in the distance, there's groups moving. Some places she'll see one lone person on horseback or something kind of riding along, but nothing directly this way.
Hang out.
Hang out for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
How do you want to do watch at night?
I don't have to sleep.
Norrin doesn't have to sleep either, so we can kind of keep watch. But that gets us one way. And then whichever way you want to watch.
Or I guess I could stand on the opposite end if we really wanted. I think I have to be still or something.
Give me a perception during the night.
Perception from me is 25.
Do you want to roll for Norrin as well?
Sure. He rolled a 6.
It's a 40. There's movement. There's lights off in the distance. At points you'll see like pops and stuff. And you're like, oh, those are fireballs from really far away. Different random things happening in different areas. Nothing particular, other than at one point, just a few tiny little like wisps of cloud kind of come up along the trail and kind of like move along the side of the building and then just kind of keep moving down.
Okay.
Just small little wispy clouds. Yeah, I know what I'm thinking.
He's stalking me for a minute. I actually smacked it down a second ago over here.
It's over there now.
The way this track light hits on me, that his shadow keeps getting him up, getting fucking my peripheral. You asshole fly.
So begins the buggies.
But you guys can mark off a long rest.
Am I at my 24 hours yet?
Not yet. Not quite. We only have 35 more days.
Just.
That was the longest day ever, you guys.
We fought 2 armies in one day.
Yeah.
Two
I
armies and
think.
a freaking
And a
Berserker.
fucking berserker. Yeah.
Well, what has it been? Like 4 weeks, 5 weeks of one day?
Yep.
Gosh, this is an epic day.
Big day.
Just think, we only got 36 more to do. No, 35 more to do.
Mhm. So what do you guys want to do?
Chilling like a villain.
I think we gotta just.
We can all get close. Get you all in my aura. In case more bullshit like that happens. Or we can keep spreading out and keeping watch.
Your aura's nice and all, and I like it, but I think we need to see what's coming.
I'm not the one who made this place without a watchtower.
Hey, you're talking to a non-strategist here.
So he can tell that I was pretty injured. That's a thing. So
Did he say something to you?
he told me that he could smell my life force, or smell my blood spill, and he could feel my life force weaken.
He sounds pretty obsessed with you.
I mentioned something along those lines. But nothing is approaching or kind of moving in on you guys as the day proceeds.
Good, very good.
Oh, sorry. When we finish the long rest, though, shortly after the long rest, it's kind of Gorag. Let's see if I got it here.
Go back E.
Orakish. That's about as good as I want to get. Your potion will wear off, but you're still enlarged. You're just not inhuged. But Norin and Adun, at the end of a long rest, will go back down to a normal size. You both went on top of the wall at one point. Went through the portal and went on top of the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Norin went up there and you went up there to absorb the arrows.
Yep, that's true.
You went up there to knock everybody off.
Yep.
So that brings you guys back down to your normal size. You're still enlarged, which means just the extra crit threshold.
And quiz.
Quiz has the extra crit threshold too.
Your hit points aren't doubled anymore.
And that falls off shortly before like that high noon comes back around. We're gonna ask more questions or do anything else while we're kind of just chilling here. Anything else out?
Can ask to see if I have better than 50% odds to take on the trial of Ayun, where I'm at now.
Too far away.
I know.
Gotta get closer.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta get right up, directly across from it, so it's just a straight clap. Or angled.
Bitch.
Oh, you went right. You missed it.
You went the other
Fuck,
way.
I know.
Deck save.
There we go.
Oops. What'd you get?
23.
The dude got a 21. Justine got a 33. Norin got an 8. And Spawn got a 15.
Spawn is blinked out for a specific reason.
I hit it.
Okay.
I might have got it, but
It's above the wall over there.
is it? Okay. It's over there going, oh my god.
He's like, oh damn.
Done.
Oh, that's right. Spawn is blinked out because Norin is expecting.
More fuckery.
So that's 165 hit points because apparently there was a huge swing on this spell. It was 163 last time, 165 this time. So my dice are consistent, if nothing else.
Well, I mean,
Save for 9, save for
each
9.
dice trying to get average.
Justine takes half. Norton takes all of the 165.
82. We can ask if it's your dragon friend who's asking some sort of high-level caster to keep meteoring you.
On the spawn. 1. Oh, wait, no. 1. 2, 3, 4. Who else needs some?
Justine wouldn't mind.
49 hit points.
I could use
49?
49 hit points. 49. You got another long rest. You guys killed a lot of fucking shit.
That's fair.
Yeah. When we were... That whole last battle, he's supposed to be doing 1 more damage every single time he killed anything. Or hit everything, but it's okay.
Did you give 2 to Justine or just 1?
Right now, I just gave you both 1. Where are you at? You need another one?
Yeah.
49, 49.
The top is also.
Everybody else is okay? Let's, and blinks the guy back out, just in case. Like, it's about the same time, like just after high noon, or what felt like high noon. Let's, what do you got for me for, you want noblesse? So so I don't go mad.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to commune first?
I guess I can commune first. Can you commune?
Not as a ritual.
Okay, I can commune first. So 3 questions.
I'd ask about who's sending the main.
Yes.
It has to
or
be a
no.
yes or no question. Is the dragon somehow involved with the meteors?
First question? No.
Are the meteors an environmental issue caused by this fortress?
Yes.
Figure we can get, what, at least one a day
Yep.
until it goes away.
Something keeps structures from forming.
Right?
Other people probably understand that as well, so they could use it to their advantage trying to pursue us.
Somebody could wait until that hits. And as soon as that hits, be like, cool, they just got rocked, so let's jump in on them.
What can we do to deflect the meteor?
I was looking at the spell. Doesn't look like there's anything Quiz can do to make it go away except do the spell again to make it go away.
Hit it with another meteor. Hit it with an equally sized ball of trash.
No, he could do another, I mean, you could do another Mirage Arcana and make it look like it's supposed to look, or something similar. See if that summons 2 of the guys, or not. In theory, they get summoned for fortifying and protecting, but we wouldn't be doing that.
We're dismantling the protection.
You can't just dispel what you've done.
Doesn't look like it.
No. It is there for 10 days. There's
I think the spell's like, yeah, this isn't you just made it go away when you want to. It's you make it the way you want it. And it's every 10 days. Those of you with true sight can see that it's an illusion, but it is
It's still
completely
tactile.
interact. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely interact with it.
Powerful illusion.
audible, visual, tactical, olfactory elements.
It's about as real as it gets, without being real.
Any piece of the illusory terrain, such as a rock or stick, that is moved from the spell's area disappears immediately. You could try to dispel it, but really hard because it's a 1 mile radius. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, you could attempt to counter it, but it just depends on if that's what we want to do. Because that shit rocks me, and I don't think I'm going to be very good at saving against it. Or we could leave it here, knowing that that meteor's going to strike every single day, making this place safe for the next 9 days. And we could go do something else.
I thought we had to be here.
He has to be here for 10 whole days, right?
Be
to
here
get
for
the buff.
10 days.
36 days, I thought.
You don't have to be here for 36 days for the buff. You have to be here for 10 days for the big buff, 1 day for the small buff, 35 days from now. So, I mean, we already determined with questions that it's not the big buff, so we need to have you here at least 1 day beforehand, stack up your crits. Before the ritual.
Do one big fight or fights before.
Summon in some minions and just work them.
Yeah.
Stack up your crit, work in.
That's starting to look more manageable at this point. Since we know it's a 10-day, but you don't need the big 10-day buff. We can contemplate doing the 10-day buff for Goldrack, but
I like it, but seeing as how that one day
You
was
hit it?
so draining
I
on
hit
our
it.
resources, it seems like it's going to be unlikely.
Just trying to get him. I'm like, I
maintain
don't
that.
care. He
Yeah.
just, if he just fucks off, it's fine. He just
Yeah.
needs to not do laps around
I
us.
know,
while
yeah.
we're playing.
I know. They know. Deep down, they know. They have no brains. They have no nervous systems, really, but they know that they're exactly what they're doing. Malicious little things.
I'm just saying. Behold God. And then,
Is there
if we
benefit to
do-
fight it and not defeat it?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe if you can steal its shit. If that's even a thing. Like we have to kill it to get its shit. You could try to sneak past it. You just have to get past
Okay.
11 anti-magic zones.
And a god that has all of its eyes.
A beholder that has beholders for beholders might have. So we're looking at 110 eyes, probably 111 if the main thing has an eye. It's like a crowd. You just gotta sneak past a crowd. You've done that
Be
before.
like 121, and then his main eye. So 122 eyes. Probably
Well,
doesn't
isn't
like
that-
life.
there's
Isn't that
10 for-
122 tentacles then? So 122.
So there's
eyes
there's
from
10,
beholders?
there's 10 tentacles
Okay.
that have a beholder on each. So it's 10. So it's 100
All right.
because there's 10
Okay.
tentacles. Then plus
Okay.
the center eye, so that's 110.
So you already
Plus
mentioned.
his center eye, so 111. Right? Because
Yeah.
the beholder is 11, so it's 110 plus one more.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So 111 eyes. That's just a normal crowd. I've seen you sneak past crowds before.
It's possible.
Backhanded. Or back.
He doesn't fucking care. He's like, yeah, I get it, cool.
Yeah, I can sit up here for a while.
He's got at least 3 black eyes, and he's
See up there like, shit.
It's like, I didn't hear no bell.
And I'd get it if he had like food or drinks or something,
Yeah.
but there's nothing really like excessive over here either for him.
Well, even then, like I said, I got my open bag of chips over here, and it's not like he's over here fucking with me trying to fly down the bag
Right.
of chips.
He's just doing laps. It's like sitting up there resting now.
Yeah. So, guess I got him pretty good.
He did the same thing after I whacked it. He's like, nope, going up here to rest.
And then he forgets, he's like, why am I sitting here? When I could be doing laps.
Right? Why? Laps are so much more fun.
We can certainly try.
That's a smiling thought. Unless you guys have something else we can do.
I
Take
don't
us a
even-
wish to get here, so I mean it'd probably take us something similar to get back.
Was there any way to?
Unless we know how to get back.
That's what I was going to say. Is there any way we could maybe stabilize that? Get us a more solid way to get back?
We could cast teleportation circle on the same place for 1 year.
Or
I could be here
could
for a year.
I could do a word of recall.
Because I think
Yep.
lowering our bar for entry lower than a wish would be significantly beneficial to us. Because that's a big price to pay to get here.
Just have to turn this place into a temple to my god, basically.
First set of assholes that come up on this plateau after we leave, fucking fix that.
I mean, this is a sanctuary for us, for our purpose, to attempt to retrieve these sparks. It's possible this can be considered a sanctuary for us.
You'd have to really make it feel like a temple dedicated to your god.
Well, it doesn't necessarily say that.
It says you must designate a sanctuary by casting the spell in a location such as a temple designated to or strongly linked to your deity. If you attempt to cast a spell in a manner that is not dedicated to your deity, the spell has no effect.
As a sanctuary.
So if you want to try to dedicate the Rager's Plateau to the goddess of peace,
Oh, yeah, well, that's true.
I don't want to fight any more
I mean,
giants right now.
if you
It's
want
fair.
to try that, if you want to try to see if there's a way you can make this place,
I think that's guaranteed to piss somebody off.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. That might be just the inspiration that she needs to come back.
Different god.
Okay.
I can use find the path. So long as we're anywhere on this plane, I can get us back to this exact location, especially having been here.
same, but somebody would have to be here.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, the way I do it.
Oh, but right.
I can find the path, but it has to be the tail person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can know exactly how the easiest way to get to somebody, no matter what plane of existence they're on.
Nice. Good to know.
I just have to mark them. It's kind of nice though, because like if I've marked like let's say we got attacked by some crazy demon and I marked it and then we banished it, I could get us to its base. This is so dry from makeup the other day. The black smoky eye for Bucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that feeling.
Yeah, and then you clean it off and you're just like,
I
oh,
can.
it hurts.
I can imagine what it feels like. Cause yeah.
My face is just dry. It's been like a week too. So, we could go do something. I can mark quiz and he can just hide here. And then we can get back.
I can literally just get us back here.
How does that get quiz marked?
It doesn't. That's the good thing.
I mean, nothing else is coming right now, other than this dragon at some point. I mean, someone will probably attack us, but what do you think? I mean, those two armies were here waiting. Like, they were waiting for an opportunity to come after that one guy. And then we took him and they're like, hey, let's try.
Right.
I don't see no armies waiting.
Right.
They could be amassing. It could take them a month before they get here, and we could be gone by then. Or this could be our life now.
For the next 36 days. 34 days.
I mean,
You know how to
It's
get to your
kind of
beholder
working.
friend?
no, I have no idea.
Because we know we can traverse this entire land from end to end in less than 30 days, roughly.
Depending. And I mean, we have good movement.
But Justine is here to defend this place.
I don't know, I'm just throwing things out there. I kind of have a feeling that we'd probably get murdered if we went and fought that thing.
Probably.
But if we didn't, I would have twice as many others classes.
Sounds awesome. It's unfortunate that he has it. We should go there when we can be immune to a beholder's eye ray.
You have to cast wish for that.
Right.
I can't cast That's fish.
Well, then we need to wait.
And that'd be probably out of parameters. Maybe if you did like it's a disintegration array, would be the parameters. Its array in general might be outside the parameters.
Tough to say. I mean, it's a being of chaos. Its ability is I-rays.
So, what are we thinking? Do we want to try to summon something and see if you can't get rid of this wall? Or do you want to just let them rain meteors on us daily? I don't mind either way. It kind of sucks. But I feel like if you watch, it takes him like a minute and a half to like get everybody back up pretty much to full health. So, with that in
Less than a
mind,
minute, but still.
he's cast all 10 of his every time. Plus you've done Beacon of Hope and Gathered Up and stuff like that. So, like Justine moving in and he casts all 10 spells. So that's a minute there just in casting and then moving together. So, like it's if somebody did use that as an opportunity to attack us, could be a thing. But I don't see anybody around right now. But if somebody else had anything else, want to drop right on top of that, that could suck. So what are we thinking?
Hang out. Try and get rid of the thing if we can.
I could summon in some sort of small creature.
Call it some sort of creature I can burn.
No. Summon an aberrant monster. A little beholderkin.
That'll work.
Nope.
Hide.
It just tells it, just like close your eyes. Stay right there.
Just sit there. Hang out for a second.
Enjoy some relaxation.
So, Quiz sneaks up on and sticks a blade in it.
Cool.
Try another Mirage Arcane.
Yeah. Do I need to roll?
Maybe you could, because what if you rolled natural ones 10 rounds
Don't
in a
roll
row?
ones.
You don't the first time. You could roll. You have advantage, so you'd have to roll 3 ones.
Certainly, it's
No.
a
Definitely do not roll.
improbability.
It's an improbability, but yes,
Yeah.
you of all
I
people
would.
would have to
I
roll
would
it,
still
yes.
need to. Okay. True
Yeah.
that.
So that's enough. Yeah. So you cast Mirage Arcana. What do you want to make it look like?
that these walls have just fallen to rubble. There's nothing but rubble apparently on top of this.
So this whole area is just covered with rubble.
Just difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain, yeah.
That might count.
Yeah.
That might be fortifications,
so?
though.
You can make it look like it all kind of fell out in a way, maybe.
Or you could just make. You could also just make
Just
it
wipe
look like
it
it's
the way that it
gone.
was.
Yeah, just maybe
Yeah.
return it to its previous state.
Okay, yeah. Make it look like it's just evaporates.
So it goes back to how it was, which is good, because it's difficult terrain at that range would have still triggered it. Still triggered the thing, because difficult terrain is of rubble this big still from walls that size would still give you hiding spaces and stuff like that, so it would still be fortification. From a 7th level magic spell. But you wipe it down to what it is supposed to look like, and nothing happens. Just kind of goes back to normal. Back to the Ragers Plateau. And the day kind of passes along. Anything you guys want to do? You guys figure out what you want to do.
I think for today, at least, our move would be to see if anything changes. I know we just dismantled this whole thing, but let's see if that meteor still comes in. See if anybody else pops their head out now that we can see more of the horizon.
Lotion on my cheek. Dry. What were you thinking?
Hang out for another day or so if we can.
See if that meteor comes in. See if we did anything to actually change any of that specifically.
Okay. So you guys hang out for another day.
Yeah.
You can mark off a long rest. now 34 days. Kind of waiting around. Anything I want to do or cast in the morning. Okay. After high noon, a meteor does not come. Definitely the structure that was causing the meteor to get summoned.
Sounds about right.
Just kind of makes sense. If the domain itself destroys all buildings, that makes sense of why there are no buildings or anything visible.
Well, it also sucks that a meteor wouldn't destroy the fucking Mirage Arcana. That's some fucking magic, bro.
Theoretically, it should, but because it's actually an illusion, it's not. Now, if you had an actual, like, if you did, like, a Galder's Tower,
Yeah.
that would get destroyed.
Yeah.
Even if you did, like, a Temple of the Gods, there's a good chance, like, all that would be destroyed as well.
Because those are more physical creations instead of the
Those are-
illusory.
Yeah, those are actual real structures.
This is a tactical illusion, so it's like, okay, it feels like it's there, but it's not. So yeah, the meteor's not going to interact with it.
All right, so now that we've determined that, at least we can strategize a little bit better about not being hit with meteors.
Well, no, I think we just don't get hit by meteors.
I mean, ideally, yes.
We have 34 days, so I mean, we could try to go somewhere else and come back. We could go and try to get he's the only one we don't have yet, the Sparkforged item. We can figure out if you're ready for your trial, if this is a good place for you to do it, if there is a better place. We could define so many things. I mean, you can cast Commune 3 times for free per day too. With your little orb.
Orbs.
Yeah, do we want to plane shift away and then come back? Is that what it's sounding like? And then we'll just find the path back here?
I want to stay here. Kill that god. Kill the dragon. Maybe have Gorax eat its heart.
I would. That's.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
if
they
you don't get a
work the
benefit
same.
from doing it again, I would definitely eat
I
a
don't think
dragon's
I
heart.
would. It's
You're
kind
not following a devourer god of some sort, so.
It also.
No,
I mean,
not
I
really.
think you would be affected by it, but I would also let you know I was pretty much made aware that it is a very evil act to do. Kind of gives you a bit of a vampiric nature.
Well, at this point, like, my nature has been shifted from at least neutral, like true neutral to lawful.
Chaotic.
evil. And how it is like that would go full chaotic.
I don't know if you're lawful. I'm pretty sure you're chaotic at this point.
It doesn't mess with the chaos, with law chaos. Doesn't get messed with that act. That act messes.
No, I
with
just
the
mean
other
instead of
things.
neutral, you're probably chaotic neutral at this point.
Yeah, you're definitely more chaotic neutral. But that would make you more like chaotic evil.
Yeah.
But you'd also gain some sort of vampiric powers. That being said, we also get different things from the dragon, potentially. There was a guy who showed up when I killed the dragon. He said, hey, I come in peace. I'm here to help you harvest this body. We can make some really good... And then I hear him say anything after that, because I killed him. But... somebody showed up to help harvest the item, or the body, to make some items, so we could possibly get some vampiric dragon items as well. just an option.
Weird how that works in the Warlands.
Seemed in a rush. Dragons don't work the same in the Warlands either. They don't get a new body, they get a new body.
Heck.
Yeah, they become a dragon, and then within about a week they're full. Potential again.
Talk about growing pains.
I don't know if it hurts. I didn't ask him.
You should
Say
ask
it's
him.
hard.
You should ask him
Next time.
next time.
Next time he reaches out to me. I kind of wish we were just getting attacked by armies and armies and armies, because, man, I am feeling good being here. I don't know about you guys. And you guys can even see, like, some of his skin has just, like, got, like, this deeper, dark kind of glow to it. His eyes are just have a little bit more of a twinkle to him. He just seems to, like, just has a little bit more presence since you guys first got here.
I don't know. We found the place. We go up. Is there some sort of sand or rock or rubble on the edge of this place?
This
On
thing?
the path, yeah.
Not really. It's pretty much. Honestly, it's like a very hard stone. You actually are thinking, like, the way that those comets hit, you'd think those comets should have left craters and stuff like that.
Like broken some
But
stuff
no.
up or loosened some things.
Like, this whole thing seems to be like one pretty solid stone with, like, kind of walkways up. It's like very steep and kind of jagged on the sides, hard to climb. And then there's like two kind of smoothed out walkways that kind of cut up in.
Is it able to be stone shaped? Do we know?
You can try.
Not on the plateau itself, but outside of it.
Potentially. Now, with that, I will tell you that even just out in the plains and in non-specific places, when people put up tiny huts, that set off an alarm.
I'm not trying to tiny hut. I'm just trying to take a piece of the land.
Oh, you want to take a piece of the land itself?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Just
mean, we
pull
could.
out like a handful of stone. Or
Yeah.
Some
I
shit.
just
we
want
could-
to. I
Can
want
you
to rock
blast it, and I can get a fucking rock?
We could walk off to the edge and get little pieces, just not from this direct.
Yeah, that's
top
what I
area.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
it
course.
doesn't have to be from the fucking stone itself, but
Yeah.
just we know what this place is,
Mhm.
and if I have a thing from here, I can always get us back here.
Heard. Give me an investigation.
Dirty 20.
If you want, you can give. Well, yeah. How much different is Justine's modification?
She has 4 more than I do.
Yeah, almost like she could kind of fly around and go through and find a loose piece of like rock that just has that kind of reddish glow to it. So.
Sweet. Yeah. If we leave here,
I don't think Justine would be able to come with us. We asked for her services to help us defend this place for 36 days.
If you leave, I leave.
So,
Mission accomplished. But if you guys stay, I mean, if you walked away and came back, I wouldn't go. But if you're plane shifting away, I'm gone at that point. I feel like that's fair to the agreement I made.
so what is the plan?
We could also, I mean, we could try to figure out what else is here. We know of 3 things. We know there's this, Ranger's Plateau. We know that there's a cave that has a vampiric dragon. Sir Tasty Heart. And then we know that there's the Beholder God thing. I feel like that's like 3 local hotspots, but there's probably more.
Well,
Or we can go fuck with Xanathalics.
That's what I was talking about. I just erased that. I wrote down his name. I was like, I know the day that I said it, so I can go back through chat, but I know you wrote it down. I didn't mean to erase his name, but I was spraying and it was dripping. And I didn't realize it was like dripping right on. But I was like, I don't want to like spray here because I don't want to lose any of that. But the bottle dripped.
Son of a bitch. I think that might be interesting. Go and explore and figure out what the heck is going on around here, or what else potentially there is.
We could also try to find out, like, try to narrow down with questions, where you should do your trial. We know this is it. This is his trial. We're thinking 34 days here. He's ready. That's about as good as we can do. But what about you? What about you?
Well, for me, I think it's all about just being able to get to that realm, get to the storm realm.
Yeah, but well, to get the item, we know how to get the item. But where's going to be the best place for you to do the test, theoretically?
Yeah, I mean, we can try and start gleaning information about that. Why not?
And that's what we want to do. I mean, you mentioned you wanted to see if you were close to ready for your trial.
Yeah, I have the headband. Who knows? That's really the major thing. I mean, it's frustrating. We decided that we would come here. That way Quiz could take his trial. Found out that we have to wait a month.
We can wait. His seems to be more time dependent than ours from what we know, but then again, his god is literally a time-based god.
Right.
She's the god of the moon and god of the fall. Cord seems to be more of a anytime god.
Anytime he's ready for a good time.
Ion seems to be more of an anytime god.
Yeah.
Grumsh had no real specific time that I know of. I mean, I don't know. I did mine. There could have been a better place for me to do mine.
That's true. It probably was. Probably here.
I don't know if this would have been better. I got some pretty good benefits from the spells.
That's true.
This is a much more like martial place.
Having your crit threshold up with your spells, I'm sure would have been useful.
Hell, you could do that, and we could just plane shift back to our location. It doesn't fall off for like a short rest. If we plane shifted and immediately did it, you could theoretically get both. I think it has to do with the location of the moons, but for yours, you could have your crit threshold up for any battle type stuff.
I can't imagine the trial of Ioun has to do with battle, but
It could be a battle of wits.
Yes, and having my crit threshold up might be useful for that.
Crits and wits.
Critical insult. It's like what is a critical damage to
Say it on that insult.
I'm not a bard, but so Quiz is, what would you like to do? What is your vote?
Couldn't I go do something useful?
Wait, or go do
While we're
something
waiting on my
useful?
dumbass.
Go do something useful. Heard. Golrak.
In a similar line, I would say do something useful with our time aside from leaving this place with the boons that we've intact or just the stuff that we've done. I don't want to do what we've done with Justine just to have her peace out and have to come back later and figure that out all again, or at least maximize the benefit of having her around.
She's not gonna follow us anywhere on the plane. She's
So
gonna
just
stay
gonna be
here.
at the
She's
plateau.
going to defend here.
Okay.
So she's good. If we stay here, we're good for Dragon, who could be here in the next couple of days.
She is one thing away from having her crit threshold up and being enlarged.
One thing.
Mm-hmm.
One crit away.
Crit.
We kind of have to restart, but that's okay. Let her hit her A.
We come back and then she's just fucking massive.
Just do it. Stand there looking at her and be like, okay, try to hit me. What's her attack bonus?
Plus 14.
Okay, so she can hit you without critting, but
Yeah, she can do that great. Right now. That changes after her next one, pretty much.
what's that? Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
threshold goes up, yeah.
She could roll a 14 and still hit me without critting me, but she's pretty fucking close to just, if she hits, she crits me.
Absolutely. Well, why don't we at least throw out some communes? You can commune up to 3 times today without spending anything.
As long as we have time and I attune to the orb, yeah.
I feel like that's all we have is time right now.
True.
I mean, I wish that we were just getting waves of armies attacking us, because that works well with me and kind of taps the rod. Like, I'm feeling good. And consumption is my thing. Also, we don't know what happens to all of us if one of us gains the boon of this place for 10 days. We might get something good for that.
That is true.
Theoretically, that could be a milestone, holding one of these places for 10 days. It's only one of the most important places in a divine domain that only give me notes. We go to like 30 times.
It's true. It's in my notes
This is cool
everywhere.
stuff. A lot of things there.
Like flipping pages, like Rage's
Some
Plateau.
of it's like
Or
randoms
this
and
Rage's
stuff like that.
Plateau.
But yeah.
Over to this page, Rage's Plateau. I'm seeing a theme here.
Well, that's also where he got all his gear from. And there's like a dude who was sitting up on top of here.
And now I'm here, bitches!
Or we could just try and stay for the last 10 days to see what happens with Golrak. Or you.
Oh, what have we done? 4?
3? We're on the 4th day, I think.
You're on the 3rd day.
We're on
The 3rd day, the meteor didn't strike.
right. So yeah, not even halfway there, but here we are. But we've got Justine with us still.
You know, worst case scenario, if... Wait, before I say that, what's my range? Oh yeah, well I have... Worst case scenario, if shit hits the fan, I can scatter us together at a point off to the side that he's not ready for. And then I can portal us to the river lake area up there, and it'll take a minute there. We can go breathe water, hide under the water. You can cast plane shift and we can get the fuck out of here. If that dragon's a bitch. Or maybe we can kill the dragon. Just kind of it. I feel like if I was a dragon, I'd probably attack within a 10 day. Knowing that
They're gonna get the
there's
buff.
going to be something going on.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds good to me.
Oh yeah. And I also have a secondary influence wanting us to keep around for this dragon.
Oh yeah.
I have a sword that wants to fuck up evil dragons. And I was about to say, vampiric dragon sounds about as evil as it's going to, as my sword's ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely would be down to stick around and kill this dragon.
Did you ever experience this thing's breath weapon?
No, I didn't fight it. It was like dead.
No.
It was pretty much unconscious. And then I got summoned in. It had a giant gaping wound where its heart was exposed. Giant tentacles came out of the water and kind of held it in place, and I ate its heart.
Well, it's undead, so long as we see it coming, I think I have something that can hopefully help us against it. As far as keeping our vitality.
I don't know if it's undead. It may be undead, it may not be.
Just vampiric like you.
Yeah, because I'm not undead, but I do have slight vampiric nature.
Yes.
So it may not be a vampire dragon. It may be I know it's a vampiric dragon, but I don't know if it's a
Vampire dragon.
vampire dragon.
But we're also thinking that the sunlight might have given us some sort of advantage against it.
Mhm.
So
It did have there was lots of other like ashy dead bodies around. Like there was definitely other vampires there too. So I mean, vampires usually have other vampires, so maybe it's also just because it wouldn't have any spawn. Like vampire, would it have vampire dragon spawn? I don't know. I didn't see vampire dragon. There's a lot of ash. I don't know.
ash or decay. Ash.
Something like there's like ash, like lots of ashen bodies.
That to me makes it sound more like fire than necrotic. Either way, commune.
Cool. You need 3 spells. Or 3 questions. What do you want to ask?
Should we ask if this dragon is going to be here in the next 10 days?
We did ask that before and said unclear. And I said, is it within 5 days travel? Because it's like, well,
It is
we know
close.
it's further away, but it was unclear if it was going to be if it would attack us.
Right. So it is probably just waiting, biding its time for you to be weakened or something.
For something to come along that's going to mess with us. Every time the sun set, we've been pretty well off. And you've been seeing these moons are coming through, and there's 2 moons that kind of come up. and said they're just not like. I mean, they're pretty close to like a kind of a similar cycle. Like it's almost like 2 moons are kind of going through, but just with the positioning, they're slightly off. So the full moons are going to be lined up at the same time.
Moons are weird like that.
Hmm?
So moons are weird like that.
The planes are. Hmm. Fucking who knows, man.
Are you going to ask about your stuff?
Yeah, might as well. Is there a specific location that would grant me a boon in accomplishing the trial of the Spark-Forged artifact of Ion?
Yes.
So there is. Have we been to this place?
One. It's not really, it's kind of unclear, but it's kind of like you're thinking, you gotta feel that. Because you already know there is going to be the base that you guys have
Enhances magic.
would help you. You already know that would help you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best place.
I mean, I just clarified whether or not trying to take the trial in the library of Ion itself would have been what we needed to do.
You have to go into the library of Ion
Oh, you do?
to take the trial with the way yours works. You have to do that. But that being said, if you open the library door in that vault, it might still be affecting you, since how technically that door would be anchored at that vault.
Yeah.
Well, that's just to obtain the item, right?
No.
Because that's where the item is in the library.
No,
The
the
trial.
book lets me open the library, which is the artifact.
What I'm trying to figure out is, aren't the artifact and the trial like separate? Obtaining the artifact and
Allows
then
you
doing,
to try the
and then
artifact.
doing the trial are separate.
Yeah,
Are
his
separate
goal-
acts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Obtaining that. Yeah. You know, but he knows he has to use that book to open the library and go into the library because the trial is within the library. But you open the door.
But is the item itself the
But
library,
we
or is it like a
can't.
separate item?
We have one place where I can take the trial anyway.
Yeah.
You have one because you never gathered that other item. You can
Yeah.
gather one of those ivory doors and put that ivory portal inside your base.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys found somebody who's like, I have one
Right.
you can use, but it's not the only one. There are celestial ivory portals available you guys could purchase. You just have to find the right vendor for it.
Because I have the distinct feeling after obtaining my item, or Record's item, that taking the trial either here or somewhere with similar kind of benefits would probably be the most beneficial for at least that trial.
Is the Rager's Plateau one of the best places to undergo the Spark-Forged artifact trial of Cord?
Yes.
You are not wrong.
He did say one of. He didn't say the best, but
Right.
one of.
Yeah.
That's the question I wrote down. I've been trying to come up with yes, no, maybe questions to glean some kind of answers of the light. That's the closest I've come up with one.
So I could attempt again and ask if it is the best for you if you want it.
You can try again.
I'll try again.
Try again.
Do I roll percentile or do you?
You do.
So I help whatever that does.
36. Is this Rage's Plateau the best place for Golrak to undergo the spark-forged trial of Cord?
No.
It is not the best place.
Kind of like an unclear no. Like, just
There
kind of
might.
depends on how he wants to go about it.
Might be a better place, there might be other ways. Seems kind of unclear, but
This is right up there.
yeah, this is probably one of the best.
Well, and as of right now, we don't know a different one, so we'll just keep that in mind as we go through and figuring out all this stuff. And if we come up something more appropriate or
Because of this,
more beneficial comes up,
because of this stone, I can always get us back here. So I can even fucking plane shift us back here, really.
You just have to be careful of that, because
Yeah.
plane shifting in, what if you have a whole army of people who are all crit threshold buffed?
Yeah, that's true.
you might get pissed.
Were you going to ask about your chances?
Yes. With this headband I have acquired, do I have better than 50% odds to succeed at the Sparkforge trial of Ayun?
So I have to do math. Is it actually about? Yes. Kind of.
Better than 50-50 odds right now.
For that answer, it's looking like that much better than 50% odds.
The issue with that is I'm your transportation. And if something happens to me, like if I were to not succeed, then you are just here.
SOL. Maximum.
Also have the potential to bring back your old companion, if that was something that you wished. Of course, we would have to find another way to remove their name from Death's Book, but you have done that before through other means.
Well, didn't we already do that though?
You get your name removed.
You got your name.
Okay.
Yeah. You can do that by having a council with Vecna.
If we really want to. Who is currently trying to reshape the multiverse.
One book at a time.
Vecna's just trying to consume as much knowledge as possible.
Just the byproduct is the reshaping of the multiverse. Sure, that's not necessarily where his mind is. Very selfish, self-centered kind of thing.
It's a different book. It's fine.
Not fine. Because even if it's happening in another multiverse, he's still trying to reshape them all.
The fucking shrug. Man.
Yeah, but
It's like you're not
on
wrong.
the list of reshaping the multiverses, if he looks at this multiverse, the current fucking apocalypse
He's probably
bullshit
like,
you guys
cool.
say, he's like,
I'll leave this.
yeah, there's probably a few things I'd polish up on it, but we'll get to that
You
one
guys
later.
are doing a good enough job. That's it.
We just
Okay.
need a cherry on top and we'll call it good.
That one's just fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we just need a Rick and Morty out of this universe. Like, we did bad, you guys.
Which is actually something kind of in your guys' capability. If you wanted to, you could think we should go back to what we should have found. Hey, we're on a boat.
Yeah, but a Dune wouldn't, because this is his reality. Like, he was literally made
Yeah.
for this purpose. There's a chance if we went back to some other fucking reality, his armor or sword would just be like, no. And his armor just turns into a pool of goo on the ground underneath him. The sword just is like, no.
Nah, girl, we're not about that.
So then he's just this shambling, gross corpse with a halo. Well, I asked 2 sets of questions, right?
Mhm.
What else? Did we find out about our odds with the Beholder God?
I don't believe so.
Alright, we'll try it once more.
We only asked 2,
Oh,
right?
yeah, for the second round, that's right.
Because it was, is that the best? Where are you?
Yeah.
You got 2 very uncertain answers.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because it probably depends on my dice, which we all know. Probably what's going to kill me.
Yours actually, you could do the entire battle without rolling once. But then it's going to go back to your dice, and the thing that sucks is if you have to rely on your dice, then you have to rely on your dice, which
Exactly.
is even worse.
Yeah. Our party minus Justine, as we currently stand, do we have better than 50% odds to take down Xanathalix?
Man, I think means it's close.
Yeah?
That hurts my brain, but for some reason, some divine being thinks that we have better than 50% odds to take down this Beholder.
Is it an evil being? Is there somebody trying to ruin us?
Jed, you don't. They're. Believe me, most Beholders are evil, yes.
I mean, that part.
You're actually reaching out to him. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah, come in, bro.
He's like, uh-huh.
Oh, no, you're communing. You're not
I'm not doing contacting other plane, but yeah, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, come on down.
He's like, you got 100% odds. Come on.
Yeah, it's going to be super easy. I'm not even, I mean, he's not even ready.
It's like, I'm so not even.
I'm actually taking a nap right now.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I'm asleep, and I'm wasted.
I'm actually super hungover, so yeah. But yeah, for some reason, some divine being thinks that we have better than 50% odds to fight this thing. Do you make walls of force or anything like that? Not that it matters with a single disintegrate.
Me? No. Fuck walls of force. I played that shit. As long as I can get the blade and keep the blade outside of the eyes. And then he sneaks up. He can do all kinds of crazy shit.
Mirage Arcane, a fucking cage around all of his eyes and shit.
And then we're fighting that, and then a big fucking two giants come down and start fucking kicking our ass while he's eyeballing us. That was more so just thinking about him, just stabbing it a lot.
It's true, that dagger was causing a lot of destruction for sure.
I just think it'd be like a in-depth thing.
In-depth?
The battle probably has a lot to it.
Yeah, survive all of the billions of rays coming at us, yes.
The average beholder only shoots about 6 rays. Well, a beholder shoots about 1 ray a second.
That's a lot.
It's about 1 ray a second.
That's a lot.
So
6 around.
we're looking at 10 rays
There's
a
4
second.
of us.
Well,
So
we're
every
looking at-
round, every one of us gets 1.
It shoots 1
Couple
ray
of us
every
get 2.
second. We're looking at, give or take. So we're looking at make about, let's call it 10, maybe 11, 12 rays per second. Let's say 12 rays per second. That's 4 rays at us each per second. All we have to do is just avoid them.
Yeah.
This is interesting coming from you.
The least dexterous of all of us.
That's not the. Some of them you have to like not get hit by. Some of them you have to like.
I mean, I can bless us, I can emboldening bond us, but as soon as one of those other eyes get on us, then we're not getting raid.
If we're in an anti-magic field, then it's fine.
That's true. Can try and use our hither-thither staffs to leap up towards this thing. We have to get to it first, though, and who knows if it has a bunch of beholder buddies.
It is a bunch of beholder buddies.
And then if it has more.
Like lookouts and shit.
Like beholders that are like, well, we worship you, you're amazing. And he's
I
like,
just want
I
you-
know, and one of his eye rays is like, I know, and another one is like, fuck you, and they start,
Well, the way it works is he's like almost in like a stasis, slumbery, in his layer thing, whatever it is. I don't know, I haven't seen it, but I've talked about it. And then there's like the 10 rays, or the 10 stalks, but each one of those is like halfway kind of plane shifted until he comes to. And the thing with that is those are like plane shifted out, and they look like a normal beholder, influencing and running a place. So he's kind of in 10 different planes at the same time as here, so 11, because this is also plane, just doing his thing, influencing, doing the warlock talk.
let's go get him.
So, I mean, that's not option. Are we going to stay here for 10 days and see what happens?
Try and wait for him to get the 10-day buff. Would be kind of cool. See what happens.
Yeah.
And then
We're damn near halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
Going up.
try and survive it. See if any more armies come, because you like that. Get him the buff. Go fight Xanathalix. Try and recreate how we are right now.
Yeah, that is kind of rough. Might put it that way, though, that we may be getting hit by 4 rays a second.
Yes.
That's what we've been trying to
Yes.
freaking tell you.
No, I get that. I get that.
He just
That's why
takes some
There's
There's
attention.
almost
but-
no other way around it. We will have to be close together.
Yeah.
If you guys want really good odds to try to not fucking get hit by this shit.
But, just think about this. If we succeed, I can be putting out 4.5 rays per second. If you consider my chaining. Because that would give me 16 outer blasts around with my chain. Because I can do 4, chain on to 4 more for 8, and then duplicate that. Can't do it at the same time as other things, but it's just an option. That's just one of the things we know he has. So, we're just gonna chill for now. Wait for the dragon. Justine helps us with the dragon. Maybe we go kill a beholder. Justine chills.
Well, she's only here for 15 days, right?
No. Justine is here for all of them.
Okay.
She's here until we're done here. Or until she dies.
Till she dies or we leave. There's no way for me to get that motherfucker.
She's been close before. Did you get him?
I think I did.
Nope.
No!
It just went straight for my eyeball.
Intact.
Did you hit like a chunk off of it?
Well, you saw me hit it, and then it didn't move.
Yeah.
And then I tried to go in and pick it up, and it flew the fuck off.
He's like, I'm gone, bitches.
I think it crashed over there behind Dave's laptop.
I think I fucking stunned it.
That's the biggest, closest hit it's had yet.
Do we have anybody who wanted to keep a hold of this rubidium dagger? I just like the other properties of it.
What's about it?
While it's on your person, you can breathe water. You gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. Any creature you hit with it takes 2d6 psychic damage. When you roll a 1 on an attack roll made with this weapon, when you roll a 1, you must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, you get 1 level of exhaustion. If you're not already suffering from rudium corruption, you become corrupted when you fail to save.
Well, because from the human army, we got 3 rudium short swords too.
Right. So I wouldn't mind keeping hold of one of these just for the swimming, and really that's about it. If I have a swim speed in my armor, just in case we end up in a place that's nothing but water.
I can't imagine that being good for you. But yeah, swim speed.
I've got pretty okay athletics, but it would become very exhausting very quickly. Not that I need to worry about breathing, but moving around and aiding you if we ever get underwater. So we're hanging out.
Okay. 4th day passes.
Let's do the orb and go back to the field.
You don't want to throw any more communes out, give you more information, narrow down some of these answers.
Can't think of any more questions.
Let's struggle.
It's easy to take up a lot of time with that stuff, and I don't mind it, but try and get something going.
Just want to make sure we have any opportunities to gather as much information as possible, so we're not walking into anything blind.
Communes use up my 5th level spell slots, so it would be better off giving you the orb, and then you can just do it over and over.
Well, I can do it as a ritual. I'm not too stressed on it. I can do the contact of the plane with no negatives. But I was just saying, if you're down. Mainly, it's more of just like, because I can have Norn do it, it's just less,
Right,
like, since Norn's not here.
right.
But
Oh, commune doesn't even need a material.
yeah, there's not a material component, it's just the.
Yeah, for a dune, it just costs spell slots.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're hanging out till the 10 day and see if anything happens. We might have to deal with a fucking dragon.
Absolutely. Somebody give me a perception. You can also roll for Norn if you prefer. Whoever's keeping watch.
I'll roll for one.
He has a plus 34 and advantage.
So he has a 50. A 50.
Okay. There's somebody approaching on foot.
On foot.
Mm-hmm. They're a ways away though.
Do you want to start blasting when they start coming up north? Or do we want to see
Make
what
it within
this
range.
person has to say?
Right around the time that you guys start, or right around the time he starts getting kind of close to within range. You get the feeling you become suddenly aware that any hostile actions against this creature will be met with dire consequences. Dire consequences.
Any idea what this creature is? Who this is, Norn?
It's like kind of just like a looks like kind of just a humanoid type.
Is there any way to determine his intent?
Seems like he wants to come up here. He's starting to crush the thing. He's at about 1,000 feet away, and at about 1,000 feet, you guys start getting that feeling like any hostile attack or actions against him will be met with dire consequences.
What is that feeling like? Like, what does it mean? Is it a spell? Does it feel magical in nature?
Give me Arcana.
If it's an arcana, might as well. It's 24.
Feels magic in nature.
Yeah.
Does it seem like this individual is like doing it, like specifically doing it, or is it like a passive thing?
Seems like maybe it's a kind of passive aura around him.
Yeah, some sort of aura. Do you see any markings, holy symbols, things of that nature, Norm?
No? We shoot him and we can see what happens.
No, don't shoot him. He wants to walk over talk, we can do that. But I will gather us and give us a emboldening bond.
Emboldening bonded. This works walking up.
Good sir, what can we do for you?
Just making the rounds. I see we have new champions currently holding.
Fiery Mango.
Fiery Mango Baja.
Huh? We got a good kick to him.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Not bad at all.
Alex.
Yeah.
Definitely good kick to him.
Mango's good though.
Yeah, it is. It's a good
kick
taste.
is, yeah.
I guess that I think it's a great blend because a lot of times when they throw mango in something, it can be overpowering and end up tasting like candy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. Yes, we have been holding it down. Who might we have the pleasure of speaking with?
I'm just a simple wanderer. I catalog, I take notes, I find intent. There was a building here of some sorts. Looks like it's gone now.
It took a few meteors.
I don't think that's what got rid of it. When the meteors get rid of the buildings, it tends to leave indication. Where's this place? Magically looks like it's supposed to look. Very interesting.
It's true. You seem to know then what has transpired, so why ask?
Let's build rapport.
Fair enough.
You can learn a lot about a person by asking them a question you already know the answer to.
Didn't realize there's a rapport plateau in the Warlands.
Fair. Well,
It is curious that you would like to know about us. Not many people often stop to ask.
not many people do. It's not really the point of this place for most people.
No.
What is the point of this place for you?
We are here if only for a moment. We may return at a later time. The land offers boons, and we can make certain use of them.
So are you planning a collection run across all the multiple locations? Or just this one?
We have a couple other areas that we would like to check out. We don't know all the locations of all of these.
What do you mean by collection run?
Some people come and try to collect all the boons.
I don't think that's our goal specifically. I think we're here to obtain some boons, and whatever boons are beneficial for our overall mission in changing our adventure.
How many are there in the Warlands?
There are 20 bones that can be collected.
That's a lot. I glean that you receive them in much the same way we received this one. Stand on a rock for 10 days.
Holding a location, yes. This one you're standing on a rock, some you're in a valley.
Do you mind if I ask how many of these boons you've obtained yourself?
I have none of these bones.
Okay. Interesting.
Are you some sort of historian for the Warlands?
That is a good way to put it. I do know the history of the Warlands pretty well. I document who comes and goes. I tell stories of who succeeds and who fails. Help to keep things running.
The man who was here before us. Did you know him?
He held this place for a while. You guys got him just shy of a month. He was probably a little frustrated at that.
I can imagine.
That's fair.
Damn. I've only been here a month.
His boon is gone. So
Is that what a lot of
well,
these
he never
boons do?
actually attained the boon, but he got close.
If you stand on one for a month, you gain a larger one?
Well, that's how you gain the boon. You guys don't have boons now. Right now you are affected by the lands, but you don't have the boon itself.
It's not for a 10-day.
No. And 10 days is going to give you dominance. Right now you have influence. 10 day you get dominance. And at the end of the month, you gain a boon. I will tell you though, the last 2 days can be a little rough.
The first 2 days have been pretty rough.
How do the last 2 days differ from any other day?
The land tests you on the last 2 days. Some people, knowing the land is testing you, try to strategize, come at you at that time.
Was the land testing him before we showed up? It did not seem the land was testing him when we showed up.
He was not on the last 2 days. The month was 42 days. He was at 38 days. So he was like ready, getting ready. He's like, okay, a couple more days and I'm good. And then this party just shows up out of nowhere. It's like, fuck you guys. Okay, guess not. You guys have seen some of the trials of the land, the meteors, the guardians. Things like that can be thrown at you.
So, things like the meteors will just automatically start happening as you approach.
That time frame.
Not automatically start happening, but strategically start things like that take place.
Volcanoes, earthquakes, meteors.
How many people or things have ever acquired these boons?
Many. There are 9 people that I've documented who've claimed all 20 boons.
Claimed all 20, so that's 20 months worth for 9 people that you know of. It's a long time.
It is a mission. And you think it's 20 months if they succeeded.
Right.
None of them succeeded the first try. The boon stays with you though. When you get reborn, you still have your boon. You have one person here who has something similar to one of the boons. He has one of the gifts of the dragons.
Dragons?
There are 10 dragons that can offer a gift to you.
Are they included in those 20, or are those separate?
No, those are boons.
Oh,
Gifts are separate.
gifts are gifts, boons are boons. So those are 30 potential advantages to gain from this land.
As your friend knows, though, gifts don't take time, just effort.
Curious then. Does Xanathalix reside on one of these places?
He does.
You wouldn't happen to know where he was, would you?
I do.
What would it take for you to share that information?
It's in the Valley of Xanathalix.
The valley, over that way.
Valley.
That way.
When the light show starts, you've gone far enough.
I bet.
He also,
Yeah.
I mean, you'll tell when you're getting close to the valley. Little things like flowers looking at you and grass kind of holding your feet and such. He influences the land a little bit around him.
Makes sense. There's a vampiric dragon. Is it a vampire dragon?
It's a vampire dragon.
Not undead, though.
Not dead, no.
These are good things to know, at least.
Absolutely.
It's a dragon. Dragons tend to not have many downsides and more upsides.
Right.
They're dragons. For some reason, they're important.
Somehow. Maybe.
Dragons and dragons. So they
But they might be.
they're fine. It's not Dungeons and Horses.
You know, man.
Or Dungeons and Adventurers.
I was about to say, don't give anybody any fucking ideas.
Horses and dungeons don't go well together. That's why nobody plays a centaur.
Much. Or why you never get to play a really badass like Cavalier.
So you guys plan to just come here, collect the Rangers Plateau boon, and then move on, maybe go after Xanathalix?
He's on the list, yes.
Yeah, right now that seems to be the immediate plan, but we also don't really have the depth of information about any of these other boons or locations or the dragons and the gifts thereof, because up until now we only thought there was like a couple of dragons hanging out. Now to know that there are 10 dragons and 20 boon locations definitely adds a lot of depth.
It's just different things that increase your capabilities as a warrior. Collecting all 20 of the boons makes you a more powerful warrior.
Does sound nice. Also sounds like a really long time.
Yeah, absolutely. One could spend a lifetime here and never achieve. Many do, but that's why everything here was built in the Astral Sea. I don't know if you've noticed, but you've probably not grown hungry or had the need for normal sustenance.
Never really had that need personally myself.
Understandable. So who is here to collect the boon?
That would be me. I'm
Your name?
already fairly rageful, so enhancing that I feel like would definitely add to my potency as a warrior.
And your name is?
Golrek, Stoutbreaker.
Gorg Stoutbreaker. We'll try to gain the boon of the Rangers Plateau. So, you guys will be here for 1 month and then you'll be moving on?
Probably, yeah. Yes. Can't imagine what would make us stick around after that.
No other desires?
We do. We keep them close to our hearts, and our intentions are, unfortunately, on a need-to-know basis when it comes to matters of the other planes.
Well, I will let you know that all I need to know is what it is that you desire out of yourself as a warrior, as a paladin, as a rogue, as a barbarian. I'm selfish in my own ways. What I want is for the Warlands to thrive. For the Warlands to thrive, I need people to be trying. You guys are clearly capable. You're starting to understand the rules. So, if you guys try and succeed, obviously you're capable, then, you know, maybe we get a few more warriors who get a few more boons.
So are you trying to incentivize us, or
Simply entice. You barely know the rules. You did not know how many boons there were. I mean, there's lots of information to be gathered on the outskirts, but you guys clearly came straight here, which takes very powerful magics.
It's true.
I see you took a rock.
Yes.
It's fine, but just know that it will bring you right here. You'll be brought to the outskirts still.
The smarter, safer way is to get here and then find our path here.
Which is doable. This isn't that difficult of travel. The average person would take about 11 days to reach the Rangers Plateau. I feel you move a little faster.
We are
I'm
pretty
guessing
fast.
half you have like
So
jet wings and all this shit.
So fucking fast.
There's no place where you feel that your skills could slightly be lacking or improved?
There are. Always looking to resist more elemental type damages. Always looking to wield my sword more efficiently.
How is it on your head right now?
I would
Like,
love
goes
to.
out my head, I bounce away, goes straight for your head.
I would love to figure out a way to bypass damage immunities.
Damage immunities is hard. He's still in your hair. Yeah, no, there he goes.
What kind of your guy?
Bypassing immunities is difficult. Resistance, that simply takes time.
I already do that.
Yeah. Getting past immunities is difficult because it's like trying to burn fire or freeze ice.
Well, or let's just say, I mean, weaken immunities necessarily, not fully bypass them.
Weakening immunities is still difficult. It's still the same idea of things that are immune to different forces of nature
Are usually
are
because
usually
they are
because they are of that
Yeah.
nature, right?
The light lightning dwarf.
There are
And
ways
I gotta go
to
fight a lightning god.
make yourself more resistant here. There are 5 of those.
Well,
To make ourselves more resistant.
and on the other side of that, is there any way to gain any damage immunities?
Well, that's what, not immunities, but
But
resistances.
resistance. Those would be pretty nice. What resistances do they glean?
The elements, primarily.
That is nice.
Fire, cold, electricity. What am I missing? Fire, cold, electricity, poison, acid.
Force.
Acid would be
There's
interesting.
nothing for force here. I think those are the five primal forces of nature. Yeah. There are 5 resistances that can be offered. There are 5. We refer to those as the 5 resistant boons. There are 5 martial boons. There are 5 magic boons.
Oh, there are magic boons in the Warlands. Those would be pretty interesting.
And there are 5 skill boons.
Again, all kind of done as a King of the Hill type fashion.
Everything you will have to conquer a location and hold the location for 1 month.
We almost, I think, have an understanding of what one of the gifts these dragons can give. Some sort of supernatural-like ability.
Each gift is a supernatural ability.
Tied with
and it
their
ties
power.
towards their sort of monstrous power.
Are they more elemental in nature? Or are they... I don't know. More aligned with different energies. Forces. Psychic. Necrotic.
The 10 dragons
Yes.
that offer gifts, they are tied more to the nature of beings. You already know of the undead. There is also, so there's the undead, there is the aberrant, there is the celestial, there is the fiend, there is the giant, there is the monstrosity, ooze, the plant, the fae, and the construct. Oh no, did I say construct?
No.
Yeah, I said celestial. Construct.
Oh, fuck.
Each one of these grants supernatural-like abilities based off of the type of creature.
You have to defeat this creature in battle to gain its gift, or do you have to interact with its body in a certain way?
Yes.
Both.
There are rituals that must be performed immediately upon vanquishing said creature.
And how do you glean these rituals?
How did your friend clean his ritual? He knew he had to consume the heart of the dragon before
I don't
the
think
dragon dissolved.
Yeah,
I think
because
Norn gleaned anything. I think he was
a
definitely told that.
divine being told him, yes.
Well, I'd get on the horn.
Noted.
Gonna talk to some gods and figure it out. Aberrant, celestial, fiend, construct.
A giant dragon.
A dragon that's giant in nature.
I can't imagine it's a small dragon that's giant in nature.
So, not that small.
He's not that small.
We've seen some pretty colossal dragons in our time.
Fucking solar dragon.
Solar dragon.
Solar dragon.
The fucking astral dragon.
Yeah.
Solar dragons are more like serpentine-ish.
Mhm.
And the big ass volcano dragon that we had to fight.
Oh yeah, then whatever the celestial fucking galaxy fucking dragon.
You mean the one that we fought several times in the library?
I think so. I think
That was the lore dragon.
That's the
Okay,
lore
no, I think
dragon.
it's the one that we didn't fight. The one that was like, hey, no, because it was too big. We couldn't even like perceive it because that's how freaking giant it was.
You mean the one that was like in the fucking void?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That
It was like the
one.
one we bumped into in the void space
Yeah.
that was just like an entire fucking universe that was a fucking dragon.
Yeah. It never came out, but we knew that it was there.
Mhm.
We're like, oh. Hey.
Yeah, that's big.
That was in a different time and place, though, technically, wasn't it? For you guys. I don't think Adun was there for that.
No, I don't think so. This would have been when we first jaunt through the seat before we even got to the void base.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been one of the encounters as we were going through the void.
Yep.
That along with the freaking dead magic zones and all that shit.
Trying to steer ships through all that bullshit.
Is there anything in particular I can offer assistance with?
The celestial dragon, do you have an idea of what their gift might be?
Makes you more celestial in nature. It's kind of hard to say it. Well, I understand how it works, but it interacts differently with different people. But think of the radiant, angelic nature, celestials. You're imbued with certain aspects of that. Looks like you've already got a good portion of that, but
Also seems like it takes armies to confront these things.
Then
I mean-
I guess we're an army if we've defeated two.
Oh, we have not.
you can see the way that the vampiric dragon, the vampiric nature that your friend gained, affect his abilities. So it just depends on what abilities you have. If you ate the heart of a vampiric dragon, you wouldn't get a Eldritch Blast that could drain powers. Instead, something else to you would change. You are a paladin.
Yes.
It would probably be looked down upon.
Yeah.
It would be an evil act
Not
to take
consume
upon
a
that.
creature's heart. It's less than appealing.
Paladins who can do it, though, I know have gained the ability to have a vampiric smite.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely wrong on so many levels.
There are Oathbreaker paladins and such. and that divine energy that hits also fuels you. It's nice.
It's something anyway. The buffs all sound absolutely worth maintaining and gathering, and this is part of our mission, is to become stronger and to gather boons such as these. It is possible that we could be here a long time or return to try to conquer more and more of these locations. For now, I know that we have interest in Xanathalex and this particular Rager's Plateau. A lot of this place seems to be surrounded and waiting for particular lengths of time. That is merely what we are doing.
Fair.
The skills, I would guess those have to do with more martial skills as well. Physical prowess, things of that nature.
Some don't.
Can't imagine
There's
that
the
someone in
shaded woods.
Lowlands helps you with your knowledge.
Oh, there's not really a knowledge thing, but it is definitely more like physical. The shaded woods would help one learn to blend and hide. For instance, Xanathalex, if you manage him, you gain the ability to see things around you a little bit better.
But of course, you have to hold the location for a month. What does this particular place give you for holding it for a month?
The Rager's Plateau.
Yes.
That makes one more capable of inflicting grievous blows. You guys already taste, you have the influence upon you. Eventually, one of you can have the dominance of this area. At that point, once you've fully partaken, one person can take the boon with them, which isn't quite as good as what you have now. The influence is much more powerful than the final boon, but the final boon lasts forever.
That is exciting. It's good to have. Definitely worth keeping a hold of if we can. So yes, it appears that we will try to maintain this for as long as we can. Or move on to Xanathalex if it seems we cannot hold. The Shady Grove, you said?
Shady Wood.
Shady Wood.
Shady Grove, that's a song. Shady Grove, my little love. Shady Grove, I know.
Just sounds like an old folks home.
It's true. Retirement home.
The resistances, those are the hardest. Because one must, if you're trying to gain resistance to that element, you have to endure it for 42 days in addition, but afterwards it's nice.
Do you have to resist it for 42 days?
If you're
You're
trying
just
to gain
on
the
fire for
resistance.
42 days.
Literally, that was where my head is. It's like I sort of just
No,
have to
the
stand
fire you
inside
have to
of a fire.
basically hold your location, which is inside of the mouth of the volcano. So it can take a little bit of time and effort to.
Well, the acid one sounds positively off.
It's acid rain everywhere.
Don't believe we caught your name.
It's fair.
Good.
I'm quite a traveling scholar. Is there anything you are interested in? Anything else? You did seem rather piqued when I mentioned that there are magical boons.
Yeah, I would be curious to know. Does it make one's magic more potent?
Yes.
Offer?
Yes. Depending on what type of magic, whether you have magic that is painful or magic that's beneficial. Yes and yes. Two of them make those more potent.
Beneficial magics as well. Where would these places be?
In the Warlands.
Yes. More specifically.
Well, you seem enticed.
I am a bit enticed.
You understand that it's my job to convince you to stick around if I tell you exactly where to go for everything. That kind of defeats that a little bit. But that's two of 5 boons. Increase potency with damaging and beneficial. One of the boons also increases one's understanding, adding an additional magics to what they would know. One of them increases your raw power, giving you the ability to cast more. And one helps you to understand how magic affects you, giving you the ability to resist certain magics. Not in the same way that the elementals resist, more so in trying to protect yourself from the weave's assault upon you.
Sound pretty fantastic. I'm sure that many great people pursue them as well.
Yes.
Are they all almost frequently visited daily by adventurers of this land?
It is very rare that one of these locations isn't held at least every single day.
In your opinion, what is the strongest, most capable warrior in this land?
In my opinion, the strongest or most capable being.
A being.
Alex is pretty tough to deal with. Any of the drakes in their layers are definitely a nightmare. Rock can be difficult, though He's been off for a little while.
Rock is a warrior who comes and goes.
He's a barbarian. That one's a bit crazy. He doesn't like his body. He just gets a new one right away, pretty much. He likes being big. I mean, there's some warriors that you never even see, and they can be definite threat. There's some rangers that can hold down a spot pretty well. It's kind of hard to say. There's myself. I tend to be rather formidable because I have the power of peace on my side. Something that you understand to an extent. But if you wish, if you do ever decide to gain knowledge, I could teach you how to do this as per that boon.
That would, absolutely. It is a goal of mine to bring this calm anywhere I go.
You wouldn't be able to just have it at all times like I do, but you could cast it upon yourself if you can cast spells at that high level.
I could. That would be nice. This isn't from one of the boons that you gain here. Something that would have to be learned.
No, one of the boons here, you can gain knowledge. And that could be one of them.
Is it one of the spellcasting ones?
It's one of the spellcasting ones where you get to learn a new spell.
Oh, gotcha.
And you could learn the spell End of Strife. Ninth level spell. Ninth level cleric spell. Casting time 1 action. Range 100-foot radius. Centered on you. Concentration up to a minute. Saving throw no. And effectively any creature within that area becomes aware that hostile actions will be met with dire consequences. And this is all intelligent creatures within the spell's area suddenly become aware that hostile actions against anybody will be met with dire circumstances. Any creature in the spell's area that makes an attack takes 20 d6 points of damage.
Fucking
The caster decides whether it's lethal or non-lethal damage, but a creature cannot change their minds once the spell is cast. Creature with multiple attacks take the damage after every attack they make. Targets outside of this area of the spell may freely attack creatures within the area without taking damage of the spell. But, yeah. Any creature within 100 feet of you takes 20 d6 points of damage. Generally, it's non-lethal, so like creatures won't die from it, but they'll still get through. Just depending on, obviously, if you're fighting like undead or something like that, you'd probably make it lethal, so you could actually drop the undead constructs in it. But
wow, yeah, that's powerful. That is very enticing.
I would hope so, given the symbols you wear.
It takes a lot of time, but it is very enticing.
Definitely how to get you.
Every single one of them is worth it in its own way.
Absolutely.
I mean, why wouldn't they be?
One simply hardens your skin, making it more difficult to actually injure.
Ew. Sounds gross.
Additional, just a bonus, flat, natural armor bonus.
I'm sure that's why I still want hard skin. I think that's gross.
You just put lotion on them.
Need to.
You don't really notice it after the first week or two.
Oh, people, man.
Here, being here, you gain the ability to strike more precise or more devastating blows. There's a place where you can learn how to strike more precisely. There's a place where you can learn how to just strike more frequently.
Strike more frequently. That sounds pretty nice.
And there's a place that you can learn to avoid being hit and build up a natural ability to resist it. There's a place where you can also just gain the tactics to move about battlefield more openly.
That all sounds very useful. It's interesting that the Warlands offers so much. Is there a limit to which one can perish in these lands and be brought back?
Yep. Well, yes, once per day.
Right.
But
You're brought back the next day.
mm-hmm. Well, you're brought back depending on the cycle. Some people are brought back at dawn, and some people are brought back when the moons rise. Just depends on what sort of species you come as and what your sort of cycle is.
Fair enough. If we were to visit the outskirts and these banks, are there people that offer services to retrieve one's artifacts if they are lost?
Mm-hmm. For the right amount of money, every service is offered. Some people will do things to make it to where you can return powerful items, summon them back to a bank or a ship or wherever it is you wish. There are banks that hold onto your items that you don't wish to travel with. Because traveling light in the Warlands makes sense. No reason to have something that you don't need for your current mission. This is why also, again, when you say 20 months, that's 20 months of on location. There's still travel, planning. I'd say a good round trip plan would be a 3-year plan to gather all the boons. At that point, you might as well get a gift or two as well.
Does one still experience aging in this land?
No? You do not age, you do not need to drink, you do not need to eat.
Until
Yes,
Saldarine just allow people to be here.
They have no control over my blood. And they try to stay away because if they come here, we will potentially make them something other than an elf, which would be a travesty upon them.
They don't like that idea. Fair enough.
They think that they are better than what they should be.
Better than everyone else.
They worry about
Smug sons of
people
bitches.
in the astral sea. We are not in the astral sea. We are in the borderlands. It's a little bit different.
Fair enough.
But I've marked down some of what you are looking for. It looks like Golrak will be the one attempting to get this. Golrak, you said Stoutbreaker,
Yes.
wielder of Snickersnack, armored barbarian. You have very interesting armaments. Not like anything I've ever seen.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
They are very interesting.
They are very interesting. Interesting armor berries.
Yes.
They've done me well to date. Hope that I'll do my best to maintain hold of them.
Like most of your guys' shit has come from a different time.
And his stuff comes from a time where the guy who made them doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
At least in that form. I will tell you, if you do manage to slay one of the dragons with the gifts, usually a crafter or two will approach you. I recommend that you not murder them if you wish to have certain artifacts crafted. They have a limited amount of time to harvest things before the creatures return to the earth to be reborn. If you just straight kill them, they can't really help you.
Definitely just keep looking back at Nora.
I was told to hold the spot.
Which, I guess for the gift, you don't necessarily have to do for a month. I wonder what gift you would have gotten if you had held the lair for a month, if any.
There was no gift. But he has an interesting item. He has the Rod of Eldritch Perfection, which, if he holds any spot here for any amount of time, gives him gifts and strength.
Well, if we go around collecting them, it'd be a benefit.
The gifts? You definitely can.
Nine people have collected all 20. Has anybody ever collected every gift from each of these dragons?
Yeah,
Yikes.
that's more common.
That's more common. Okay. I guess since that one isn't necessarily locked into the amount of time.
That's just traversing around and murdering dragons.
Are these champions still alive and around to this day? Do some of them still reside within the Warlands?
Yes.
Yikes.
Not necessarily as a combatant.
Just retiring in their immortality and greatness.
Some of them stay here to wield, or to, some of them stay here to grow their armies. Some of them stay here to continue on their lineage. But, yeah. I feel that I've given you a bit of information to go off of, something to consider.
Not more than just a bit, but yeah.
It's my job to entice people to stay. And, you know, maybe just give you a little bit of a boost, a point in the right direction. But be careful, if you go after Xanathalics, you will lose your 40 days, or lose your time on your 40 days for getting your friend here his extra boom.
It's true.
And then he was going to start walking through. Tips is that. Takes you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. And not kicking our ass.
And he just keeps walking. Starts down the next trail. Just walks until you guys kind of just don't see him anymore.
What a guy.
What? A guy?
What?
Yes. A guy.
He said what
A guy?
A guy.
a guy?
What?
What?
I was wondering if I was going to have to roll that damage.
Well, fuck, it's good to know that there's some fucking things running around here with all the boons. And at least they aren't trying to fucking kill everybody.
Not necessarily like running around, but the things who've had the booms who are
I mean-
still here are kind of posted up. You probably know more about them if you're on the exterior.
They, I'm sure, have their own factions or are commanding their own armies, trying to teach or pass on their knowledge or who knows what. But bitch.
Why don't you just kill it? Put it out of our misery.
He is definitely not doing well.
No.
Put it out of its misery.
Well, fucking Orin, maybe not kill that guy that was trying to help you craft some stuff next time.
He just showed up and started talking.
Well, this guy just showed up and started
Yeah,
talking.
Usually people that are talking are the ones that you don't want to murder. Usually. I did
Quiz talks a
specify
lot.
usually. I
Quiz
did
talks a lot.
specify usually. And hey, we haven't killed him, so.
Yet.
We haven't killed
But it's-
you either. So.
But it's also a good sign that wasn't, like, that guy didn't immediately kill you back.
You guys didn't kill me, and some other dude was talking to dead things, talking to me. So. I feel like at this point in our lives, we have the ability to glean whether or not someone is murderable or not.
Should definitely.
Send him that dagger.
Everybody.
We should send them.
Everybody's murderable.
Just give them corruption.
Whether it behooves us to do so or not.
Some sooner than others. That's for sure.
Wait, say that again?
Everybody's murderable. Some
That's not true.
sooner than others.
I'm not
Very
murder.
true.
Nobody here is murderable.
It's very true. We're all murderable.
No, we're not. We come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't get murdered.
Doesn't matter.
It's reshaped.
You've been murdered. Whether you come back or not, doesn't change
It's
the
just
fact that you've
it's
been
just
murdered.
less of a permanent
I feel like
consequence
that
where
is
we
true.
are.
That is true.
I
It's
feel like it
still murder.
really does change, like whether you come back or not actually kind of defines
The concept of whether
Sure, whether you come back or not, you're still murdered.
that person still isn't necessarily consenting to the fact that they are being removed from this mortal coil only to return in a different form tomorrow.
I mean,
Philosophies
I know I'm
of
coming back,
that
but if one of you guys
are
killed
still
me
not
with that knowledge, I'd
imputed.
probably be pretty pissed off at you.
That's fair.
Like, why do we have to go that way?
Yeah, I do not want to not be in this form. And if I am removed from this form, it begs the question of what happens with my things that have been basically gifted to me by my gods or my circumstances.
Someone else puts them on.
Someone else gets to see if they work out for them as well.
Yeah, which just puts them even further out of my reach.
So then, don't be getting yourself murdered.
Exactly. Which brings us back to our original point. Sometimes talking first is the better way to go. To most people who would pick up this sort of would probably say no thank you.
That's what we're looking for. Here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Doesn't go with much then, but yeah. But you guys can mark off another long rest as nothing else comes at you on the 5th day. Now that's 5 days down. You have 31 more days to go.
And that's just until Chris can take his thing.
And that'll be at 36 days. And then if you guys want to try to hold it for another 6 days after that, Gorak might get a nice little boon.
Oh shoot.
I think we could go now hooked up with a boom. We're doing all right.
Gorak, I mean.
If we can, yeah.
Apparently it gets interesting the last couple of days. Sounds like a challenge to me.
As long as we know that it's coming, we can attempt to prepare for it.
It all depends on how many meteors are involved.
Other things will be counting the days as well.
So they will. Maybe even our talkative buddy there.
Oh, it's guaranteed he's counting the days.
We got better track of them than we do.
I'm sure he does.
And he's, I'm sure, more than happy sharing that information with others.
As it facilitates the warlings.
Maybe his only job is to talk us into staying here longer.
And that's kind of what he said.
Seems he probably gets power from people sticking around and attempting these things. Living in his domain. If it is his.
There are definitely things that
Did say my plane.
he did let it slip at once that it was his plane. And then he's like, oh, we.
He's like, no shit. Alright. Fuck not with a little wandering fucker.
He's fine. If you kill him, he just gets reincarnated.
Probably with a grudge.
He's accomplishing his mission in life. Think about it, Alex is an emissary of peace. It's a better way to make peace than to find a place for people to get out their desire to live a life of war.
It's true. Yeah.
Everybody here fighting is not somewhere else doing it.
And people dying.
No one actually dies.
It's like not actually dying, right? So
You
that
can
is more
get
peaceful.
out your conflict and frustration, and the next day, maybe let it go.
The people who live lives of wars, who are like humans, who are like fighting elves, suddenly get reincarnated as an elf and maybe think about, why was I fighting elves? Why was it that? Why was it that? Oh, now I'm a pixie.
Yeah. Oh, great! I'm a pixie. That shit would be funny. If I do that's a pixie.
Just imagine the
We
kind
will
of
call it there then. We will pick up
random,
the next day.
freaking pissed off pixie nonsense that would come out of somebody's mouth. Coming back from being a fighter or a giant, and they come back as a little winged glittery thing, and you're like, this is bullshit.
Yeah. Pixies can be badass though.
Yeah, they can.
Pixie necromancer.
Yes. Pixie necromancer. Pixie fighter. That was fun.
Yeah.
Kitties started poking people.
I don't want to punch it.
Cool. We will call it there and we will pick up next week. Thank you guys for watching and we will see you next week.
Peace out.
Deuces.